Well, welcome to another Wednesday edition of Virtually Tasting the featured Foggy Noggin Beer of the Week. I've got a special treat for you tonight, and actually I'm outside because it was I think it was 60 degrees today, and baseball's in, so I got my Mariners hat and sweatshirt on, and feel like spring's right around the corner, so let's have some fun. So what we have for you entailed tonight is a blended ale. And these blended ales are really, really popular. People are really getting excited about these, and I encourage people to try blending beers at home too. You get some great blends of different things that you wouldn't think might work together, and things that you might think work together don't work as well as you think they would. So this was pretty special. And we're coming up close to being closed for exactly 1 year because of COVID restrictions. And I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself that I'm pretty tired of wearing masks around. And I know that lately they've been suggesting that we should all wear double masks. So this week's blended ale is called Double Mask. And I think after you've been wearing a mask all day, and maybe if you've been wearing double mask all day, you need a nice beer to, to relax and take the worries off of COVID around you, and just enjoy life for at least a pint at a time. So this double mask beer is a blend of some Foggy Noggin beers, and if you look at the color on this thing, it's got a nice, really dark, I'd say it's really dark red or reddish brown color. It's got great clarity to it, and I like the white head on it, so you've got that really dark red or reddish brown color to it with a white head. It really is a handsome looking beer. Makes it really kind of stand out, get your attention. And let me smell this beer. Oh, it smells great. I get some toffee, like rich, sweet toffee tones to it, little caramel. I get some hoppy character to it, maybe a little citrusy smells to it, and some dark roasted malt, rich breadiness to it too. It's got a nice, delightful aroma to it. Now this beer is 5.4% alcohol by volume and has 44 IBUs. So it's a pretty well balanced beer, middle of the road alcohol level and middle of the road IBUs, and being that they're English hops, that they tend to be much more earthy and gentle on the palate and really complement the beer. Let's do a little taste on this beer. Well, being a blend, you're going to be picking up on different things that are in there. And fortunately for me, I do know what the blend is, and I'm not going to be sharing that with you because it makes the fun of it. Because if you knew what the beer was blended with, you'd have a different impression approaching the beer. And it's nice to have an open mind, not really know what's in there. So when you're tasting it, you're trying to use all your sensory perspectives with your smell and your visual and your taste, and experiencing it for what it is. And I get that upfront little sweetness of, just like I smell that toffee caramel kind of flavor in it, but not overly sweet, just a nice touch of sweetness, some rich bready character to it, just very light roastiness to it, but finishes off with a little citrusy, I'd say dry bitterness to it, but with an earthy undertone. It's got a big complexity to this for a blended ale. Now there's not one dominating character to this doing it. Now I just picked up a couple little more things to it. I might even taste a hint of chocolate on the background. A little raisiny maybe, and interesting. Now being outside, I can hear the birds and squirrels, and I hear a car driving up and the driveway, and so you get all kinds of sounds because we're outside, and it makes the experience even a little more interesting. So this beer is going to be available in growler fills only for $16 for a half gallon, 64 ounces this weekend, and it is listed on our If you go to the FoggyNogginBrewing.com website and hit the beer tab, it is listed there, and you can order for curbside on Friday and Saturday, 4 to 5 p.m. for a pickup of this beer. And I think this is going to be one you're going to be very pleasantly surprised with. Double mask. The idea was like, there is a lot of stress in our lives right now, and adhering to all the protocols we deal with and wearing a mask all day, it wears you out, and you really need some time to yourself and enjoyment. And I think this beer, Double Mask, will bring you a little bit of sense of calmness and appreciation for everything we do have at a pint at a time. Now, I poured this at 40 degrees, and I think as it warms up, the richness will even get better exposed to it. But it's a delightful beer. It's delicious. It's very satisfying. It's one I think you'd want to have multiple pints on. Well, I'm going to bring this a little closer, and we'll see who's here with us tonight. And we'll see if there's any questions we can answer. Don't ask what the blend is, because I'm not going to share it with you. But we got Kim, Roxanne, Dan, Brad, Zach, Stefan, Linda, Scott, and Zach says he wears a 6-layer mask now. So that's probably the equivalent of a 6-layer mask to what most people would get when they do a double mask, I would guess. But I'm not a mask expert. Do you blend these as you fill up growlers, or are they pre-mixed? For this one, it's a blend on demand. So it took me several attempts to come up with a perfect blend. And so when we do a growler fill, I know exactly how much to put of each of the beers in there, and it's fantastic. It's delicious. Do you plan on doing any more mixes? Well, I really like doing them, and when we had the taste room open in the good old days, we actually had some featured weekends where we would do some suggested blends, and some people came in and want to do their own of what was on tap for that weekend. So, yeah, we'll keep doing more. I think it's fun. It's a great way of experimenting, and I think it's a wonderful experience. And I encourage people to do it at home too with any beers that you're drinking. You might just think about trying a little bit of it, and you probably won't want to take your whole growler or your whole bottle of something and mix it. But if you do small amounts and play with the ratios, and you might have something you really, really enjoy. Welcome, Jerry, for joining us. So you can see this a little closer. So you can see through there, you can kind of see that reddish brown tone on it. And you can see the white head, and it really laces well on the glass. You can see the nice foam that's sticking to the glass as I'm drinking it. It's really, really nice. So Double Mask is the blend this week, and I'm not going to tell you what's the blend of it, but you can probably guess something's in there a little darker to give us that dark color, but it's delicious. It's got, as I said in the beginning, boy, the aroma is just amazing. It's got this rich caramel toffee tones to it with a little bit of a citrus background. And then we've got upfront taste is that toffee caramel sweetness, goes to a rich bready character to it with a hint of chocolate I'm picking up, and just a touch of roastiness on it, and it finishes nice and with a citrus dry bitterness that's got little earth tones on it. And it's just, I think it's one that everybody's going to enjoy this weekend. Curbside pickup Friday and Saturday, 4 to 5 p.m. So make sure you place your orders for it. Go to the FoggyNogginBrewing.com website, hit the beer tab, and all the details are right there. Welcome, Tony, for joining. If you have any more questions, I'd be happy to answer. But as we were talking about this, March is our anniversary weekend, and our newsletter just went out today, so it's got all the details for this weekend on things, events. Look in your inbox. If you're not a subscriber to our monthly email, you may want to send us a request to get it. If you go to our Facebook page, there's a link to this month's newsletter, and it shows you what we're doing. We've got one of the things we're doing is a virtual anniversary vertical tasting, a mini tasting, and we're going to be doing it with 3 years, 2021, 2020, and 2019. It'll be on a Zoom, 40-minute Zoom, where we can all experience it and share some comments. So that pickup will be next weekend, and then the 13th of March will be the event at 6 o'clock at night. So that's something exciting. And then tomorrow we have our virtual happy half hour, which we do every week on Thursday at 5:30 for the happiest half hour of the week, with some music, song, a little humor, and just a good old time in the official start of the weekend. Zach's in his car sitting in view of the, I don't know how you say that, Paraleon Brewery in Beacon Hill. And he wished he felt safe enough to go in. Well, if they're open, I'm sure it's safe to go in. But I don't know what it looks like right now. But I'm sure if they're open, it'd be very safe, and they take good care of you. Welcome, Jared, for joining. Welcome, Lisa. And yes, go M's. It's exciting to have baseball back, and it's a sign of spring around the corner, and I sure hope we get to go to some games this year. So we'll run through it one more time. It's Double Mask is our blended ale, which is our featured Foggy Noggin beer of the week. It's a 5.4% alcohol by volume. It's 44 IBUs, and it's blended of several of our beers, and it's in growler fills for $16, and you can pre-order it. And Zach says, so will we be able to pick up our own 3 years of anniversary ales to taste virtually with you? Yes, it's in the newsletter, and so a week from this weekend, so the following weekend, the 12th and the 13th of March, you can pre-order to be part of that to get your 3 years of anniversary ale bottles, and then at 6 o'clock on that Saturday, we're going to do a virtual tasting of it. So there's only a spot for 20 people, so if you want it, you might want to register quickly before they're all taken up. It'll be a fun event. So this is a great beer. It's the beer of the week. It's the beer you want to have, and get your orders, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys at curbside pickup this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 4 to 5 p.m. Cheers, everyone, and stay safe.